Fed workers claim they're being harassed and threatened by Elon Musk. Why? Because he asked them how much they're getting done at work. Teary-eyed federal employee compares filling out Elon Musk's email to what I imagine living in North Korea to be like. Leftist federal workers are having a rough time completing Elon Musk's request to respond to an email about the work you did last week. Elon explained at President Trump's 47th first cabinet meeting that this was an attempt for government workers to show a sign of life since they were receiving government paychecks. One pretty little snowflake had a difficult time with the task. She cut an 8-minute video due to the trauma the email caused her. She also compared the task to living in North Korea.
Today, I responded to the email that we received as federal employees asking us to report 5 things that we accomplished last week. I'm not worried about my 5 things. I have plenty of things to report. I did plenty of work last week. But the feeling of just like absolute existential dread that I felt typing out a response to that email is something that I wish I could convey to everyone, because it felt like such a glimpse into the reality that they are trying to create. And it was terrifying. It felt like, you will do what I say or else. The email that we received did not say that failure to respond would be taken as a resignation, but the post on X did say that. And leadership at my agency is pretty much like, the email's authentic, but we don't know if the threat is or is not. We are going to respond, but kind of left it up to each of us to decide what to do. We have received more emails about all of the fucking bullshit going on with DOGE and Elon and all of this federal employee stuff that like I've spent more time in the last couple of weeks navigating these emails, going to these town hall meetings, going to these other meetings, making sure that so that the leadership can break down what's happening and tell us how we need to respond and tell us what the fuck is going on and tell us, oh, you might lose your job because when your FTE runs, like there's so many things that they're having to convey to us. And so nothing that actually should normally be getting done and accomplished is being done or accomplished because we're all so busy fucking trying to navigate this hellscape that is happening. That is waste. That and the fact that the studies we work on, if we are worried that they might be considered, something that will lose funding, what's the point in working on it now? And has the last year, 2, 3 years of work we've done on it been for naught? Like, that's wasteful. Like, this whole thing is an exercise for them to show us how much power they have and how little we have and how we must do what they say. And it's so insane because, again, who the fuck is Elon? Like, and how does he get to decide that he is king of the federal employees, king of HR at the Office of Personnel Management, and he gets to tell us, send this email or you're fired, like you lose your job. There's no rationale here that makes it make any sense outside of, look how much power I have and you better fucking listen or your livelihood is gone. The 2 million people that are gonna have to respond to this email, if they choose to, are they gonna go through 2 million emails to make sure that they were honest, to make sure that they were authentic, to make sure that the items listed out were relevant to the people's jobs, to make sure that the person, like, there's so many things that would have to happen for them to like actually legitimately go through these emails, and that's not going to happen because it just like, it can't happen, and again, like, it's just a flex. It's just, you need to know who's in charge, and this is one of the ways we're making you aware. And the feeling that I felt responding to that email was such a glimpse into a possible future here, a probable future here if we don't fucking do something about it. It felt so scary and so heartbreaking. It felt much like I would imagine living in a place like what I always imagined North Korea to be like, where the energy is, yes, master, your wish is my command.
I got an idea. How about you just actually do your job? If you're actually doing your job and you are productive and you're delivering, you have nothing to worry about. We've also seen federal workers literally claim they're being threatened and harassed by Elon Musk's emails asking them how productive they've been.
The email that came out wanting us to justify our jobs with 5 things we did last week was on Saturday night. And I was literally working on Saturday night to make up for all the distractions I had had the previous week, which came from the executive branch. And so I'm working, trying to catch up on things, and then I get that email on top of it. It's very hard to keep your train of thought when you're getting threatened and harassed like that.
You heard that right. Threatened and harassed by an email from their boss asking how productive they've been lately. This is what happens when you coddle an entire culture. They become self-entitled and expect everything to be handed to them. Per usual, the left claims to be threatened and harassed, when it's actually quite the opposite. Far-left New York Times identifies dozens of DOGE employees potentially endangering their lives. One of the most destructive corporate media outlets on the planet may have just endangered the lives of dozens of hardworking DOGE employees working to shrink the government and save America. The far-left New York Times announced on Thursday that it had identified at least 45 people working for DOGE. They note that few come from inside the Beltway, while many are software engineers. The Times also notes that the individuals have backgrounds in AI and include former Musk employees and multiple others who have helped the operation. Moreover, the Doge workers encompass both young and middle-aged adults, along with a variety of races. The Gateway pundit will not be publishing these patriots' names, given that most are private figures. The outlet reveals that several have recently deleted their social media accounts, given the death threats issued against members of the Trump administration. One can understand why. The Times claims they tried to contact each Doge staffer on this hit list via a combination of emails, addresses, and social media accounts. There's the headline itself for the New York Times: "The people carrying out Musk's plans at Doge." Elon Musk responded to the doxing with understandable fury on X. Elon Musk said, "The New York Times is pure propaganda and a bunch of a-holes." Number one, this proves yet again that these psychos are the real threat to innocent people that are simply just doing their jobs. Number two, this also does prove that Elon Musk, Doge, and all the work they're doing to uncover all of the fraud and theft are over the target. Oh, it gets even worse. Indiana thug arrested for threatening to gut Elon Musk and parade his corpse through the streets. Police seize AR-15, handgun, and ballistic vest. A 28-year-old Indiana man, David Cherry, has been arrested and charged with felony intimidation after allegedly making violent threats against high-profile individuals, including billionaire entrepreneur and leader of Doge, Elon Musk, on the social media platform X. According to the affidavit filed obtained by the New York Post, Indiana State Police launched an investigation into Cherry after proactive online monitoring detected multiple threatening posts from the account, @effective_pawn. The flagged posts spanning from December 2024 to February 2025, including direct threats such as, quote, "I am going to plant a bomb in Elon Musk's house." Quote, "You're robbing the American people. We will gut you and parade your corpse through the streets." Quote, "You're on the hit list." Quote, "We're gunning you down next, muskrat." Screenshots also show this psychopath directly responding to Elon Musk reposts, stating, quote, "This man needs to be shot." Law enforcement officials used digital forensic tools to track Cherry's cell phone location, leading them to his place of employment at Batteries Plus in Clarksville, Indiana. Detectives from the Indiana State Police arrested Cherry at his workplace, where he allegedly admitted to posting the threats, but claimed he was simply trying to be edgy and provoke reactions online. Death threats are not being edgy. Upon further questioning at the Indiana State Police post in Sellersburg, Cherry reaffirmed that he had no real intent to harm anyone, instead stating that he sought online attention. Investigators also discovered that Cherry operates a business called Red Pond Dynamics, which sells tactical gear, armored plate carriers, and merchandise with anti-government rhetoric. A search warrant was subsequently executed at Cherry's residence. A search on his residence, authorized by the Harrison County Superior Court, led officers to confiscate a semi-automatic AR-15 style rifle, a handgun, a stockpile of ammunition, and a ballistic vest, according to the press release. Cherry has been charged with level 5 felony intimidation, a crime that carries a sentence of 1 to 6 years in prison under Indiana law. He pled not guilty and was released from jail after posting a $2,500 bond, according to WAVE. Death threats will not be tolerated because these people will be taken at their word directly at this point. And here's why. Transgender activist arrested for allegedly leaving explosives at Tesla dealership. Fox News mocked for referring to him as a woman. A so-called transgender activist has been arrested for allegedly leaving explosives at a Colorado Tesla dealership. The activist, Lucy Grace Nelson, whose birth name appears to be Justin Thomas Nelson, 40 years old, has been accused of repeatedly vandalizing the dealership in protest of Elon Musk. The dealership had been targeted on January 29th, February 2nd, and February 7th, with the severity increasing every single time. Nelson was caught red-handed at the dealership with explosive devices and materials to vandalize the building again on February 24th. Fox News referred to Nelson as a woman in their reporting. Woman arrested after explosives discovered at Tesla dealership. It's a dude, Fox News. This is why there is such a serious mistrust between we the people and the mainstream media. They don't get it right. They go along with whatever is politically correct. And it's ridiculous While these psychopaths are running around plotting to bomb a Tesla dealership, that's obviously a dig at Elon Musk, what is the mainstream media doing? Making sure they get the pronouns right. This is exactly why people are done, and they want independent media, because they want the truth. But these are very, very serious threats. They will act on their threats. Why? Because they actually believe Donald Trump is Hitler. They actually believe Elon Musk is Hitler. And in their minds, they're going to murder Hitler. And they feel justified in their own minds. So you have to take their threats serious. My name is Drew Hernandez for the Gateway Pundit, and you have been on watch with Drew Hernandez. I'll see you guys on the next one.